Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly the system that we use to book 120 appointments every single month for our clients. By the way, I'm Hassam. I have an agency that books appointments for our clients. Here's what I can promise you. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what systems to run and you will know exactly what to do to book appointments for your agency. We're booking like 120 appointments a day. So you can book 40 of them, right? So I'm gonna cut to a quick loom of me explaining the exact system so you know exactly what to do to book appointments. So I don't have a Lamborghini in my background, but what I have is a system that books me appointments consistently. And all I can promise you in this video, bro, is if you watch this video to the end, you will know exactly what system to run, as I said before, and exactly how to book appointments consistently. So let's get right into it. But before we get into the video, I want you to know that you are safe, okay? There is no incoming pitch. I'm not gonna pitch you at the end. I'm not gonna be like, oh, if you want us to book appointments for you, just click in the link via my course. I'm not gonna do that because I do not have something to sell you yet, okay? Yet. I'm just kidding, bro. Okay, let's get into it. But however, before we get into this, I want you to know that just because this information is free, I don't want you to take this lightly, okay? In a second, I'm gonna show you a system that books appointments at a 1% ABR. So what that means is if you send 100 cold emails, you're gonna book one appointment. Keep in mind, this is not normal, okay? So if you're sending 100 emails and you're booking one appointment, here's something you can do. You can send 2,000 emails and book 20 appointments. There's no reason you can't do that, right? And if you're booking 20 appointments and if you have 2 sales reps, and you're closing 30% of them and you're selling something for $5,000, let's say you close 2 clients out of the 20 calls, 10% conversion rate. Really shit, but let's say, okay, 10% conversion rate, you're selling something for $5,000, you're making 10K a day. Let's say you make 5K for some reason. Let's say you only close 1 person out of the 20 calls. 5K, 20 days in a month, 21 weekdays in a month, right? 21 weekdays, 5K per day, 2 5s are 10. That's 100K per month business right there. Okay? So I want you to know, if you do, as I say in this video, you will know exactly what to do to book 20 appointments every single day. And you can scale that to 30, 40, 50. All we're trying to look here is we are looking for a system that books you appointments consistently. So you know how to so you know exactly how many appointments to expect in this week and this month, okay? So I'm gonna cut to a loom and I'm gonna show you exactly the system that we run. So rant over, let me just get into the system, okay? Cool, so this is what this looks like on a bird's eye level. So let me just zoom into this so you can see. So first we send a cold email to them, which is automated. You have to do nothing about that. It's automated, sends through instantly, normal. Then you do an appointment setting call with the prospect who replies positively. And the next thing you do is just book them in on the appointment setting call. Now I'm going to show you exactly what scripts we use and how we do the things. And in the cold email, I'm going to share my scripts and the copy that we use, exactly what copy to send to get them to positively reply. And then the next thing is the appointment setting call. And then I'm going to share the appointment setting call, the exact script we use on the appointment setting call, what our tonality is, what we say on the call, what we're trying to do. I'm going to show you exactly how to pitch them because it's a different pitch that we use. It's not like a cold calling pitch that everyone blasts. That's not how we do it. I'm going to show you exactly how we pitch them as well. And then I'm going to show you a way to book them in which they cannot say no to. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first is the cold email system, okay? So let's get into the cold email one. As you can see here, this system is booking, we've sent 200 emails and we're just testing this. We've sent 200 and we've booked 2 calls, okay? So that's 1% conversion rate. And from what I was saying before, if we send 2,000 a day, we're booking 20 calls a day. Big, right? Yeah. So let me just get into the system and stop wasting your time, okay? So this is a cold email system. This is instantly, of course, you might probably know this. So let me just show you the copy. It's so fucking simple. It's like we tested 5 to 6 different copies and it's been like 2 months since we've been testing this. And it's like it just started working. So as you can see, these metrics are like, we've just in 2 days and it's just started working. And I was like, I need to let you guys know about this. Okay, so if you come here and if you run this copy, it's like so simple. We've tested like longer copies, all of that. The only variable we changed was the copy. And this copy, if you run this, bro, you will book appointments. Okay, so let me just show you the follow-ups. We do like one follow-up and then the second one, and then we just leave them. Okay, simple as that. If you use this copy, this should work. And of course there's going to be like differences in niches and all of that stuff, but that's what's working for us. For our clients in ecom, we're running a different system. It's a DM system. I'm not going to go into this because that's not why you're watching this, I'm guessing, so I won't waste your time with that, but I will make another video for it for sure. But yeah, for now, this is all I have for you. Take this copy and paste it. And here's the key thing, bro. If you take one thing away from this video, make it not this copy, okay? Not this copy. Make it not, let's be serious, okay? If you think for yourself, brother, you will never go hungry, okay? If you take this copy and you run it word for word, you will suffer. But if you take this copy and you make your slight change to it, because after this video, hundreds of people that watch this video are gonna run the same copy. And it's gonna be blasted, it's gonna be saturated, and no one's gonna reply to it, okay? However, if you take this copy, bro, and if you apply your brain to it, and you just make a slight change that no one else knows, no one knows the change you've made because it's your brain. You didn't tell anyone, I'm hoping, right? So if you make that change, and if you run it for yourself, and you just use your head instead of monkey see, monkey do, you're gonna crush it, okay? So if I were to advise you on what to do, take this copy, run it word for word, and then test another campaign, another variation, and just make a slight change to it. Change something. I mean, like, I'm not gonna tell you what to change, otherwise it'd be like everyone's gonna know what to change, right? Change something, make a slight change, and make like 4 copies with that different changes every single copy. You get the point, right? And test all of these at once. The copy that I'm giving you is gonna work because it's been tested, right? But the other 4, if one of them works, you've hit gold because no one else knows that copy, okay? So if you take something away from this video, make it that. All right, bro? Now we need to actually book them in from the positive reply. Now we need to call them and talk to them and make sure they actually book. So this is the script that we use to book them in. Now I'm gonna just show you the script here and hide my bookmarks here. So yeah, this is the script that we use. So as soon as you get a positive reply, you're gonna call the person. You're gonna be like, hey John, this is Hassam here. I'm calling regarding my email. Do you have a couple seconds to talk? You're gonna take their permission. You're gonna remind them as to why you are calling them. Another thing you're gonna do is you're gonna also remind them as to like they have signed up for this. Like you're not someone cold. This is inbound now. They have responded to this. They have shown interest. Now the only reason you're calling them is because they have shown interest. So like they will obviously be like, yeah, of course, I have like a couple seconds to talk. And then you go into that current situation, which is like all you're doing is just like making sure that there's the right kind of person that you want to get on a call with. Another thing you're doing is you're finding out their pain points, you're finding out what they're doing to solve the problem, and you're finding out what they have done before to solve the problem and why did that not work. And this is for the lead generation niche. I've just made it for the lead generation niche because I know most of you guys are in that niche. So I just made it for that. But if you're in like a space where like if you have an AI automation agency and you help people save more time, you just replace these things. You just be like, oh, so like you replied to my email where I was talking about saving you more time so that way you can focus on the work and you don't have to work that much. So you just be like, this was the email regarding, and you reply to it. You have a couple seconds to talk, and then they'll be like, yeah, of course I have a couple seconds to talk, and they'll be like, okay, cool. So how much time are you guys kind of spending right now? This is off the top of my head, okay? So how much time are you guys spending right now to do the thing that you solve with your AI product, right? So let's say you solve let's say you have an AI product that does customer support for these companies, right? So you just be like, oh, so how much time are you spending in doing customer supports every single day? And then you'll be like, oh, 2 hours. Okay, cool. And then you'll be like, okay, cool. So have you tried like outsourcing this? And then they'll give you a problem as to why they cannot outsource it. And then you can be like, okay, cool. Have you tried something to like maybe solve this? And then you'll be like, and then they will tell you what they have tried, why it has not worked. Okay. And I am no AI agency. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just like trying to explain this to you, but you get the point, right? So in this example, we've taken the lead generation niche. So we just asked them, let's say they're a landscaper, okay? We just asked them, okay, what are the ideal projects that you're looking for? What kind of projects are you doing right now? This is a good question. What are you doing to get the leads at the moment? And then they'll probably be like, oh, we're not doing anything. We're just relying on referrals. And then you'll be like, okay, so have you actually tried anything to get leads? So that way you can actually like book more estimates. And then they'll be like, oh, we worked with an agency before and they did this and that. And then they'll give you like what did not work for them, right? Main thing to keep in mind, all we're doing here is getting ammo so that way we can use that ammo in our pitch here. Okay, so this is like key. Okay, I remember I used to do cold calls and I used to suck at this. So I did cold calls for about 2 years. Okay, and I learned, and when I learned this, everything changed. Okay, so I'm gonna explain it to you and try and teach you what I learned, okay? And if you can learn this, you're gonna absolutely crush it, okay? So in here, all you're doing is finding out what their problems are, what's preventing them from getting to their goal, what have they tried to solve that problem, and now what do they hate about their current situation that they want to change. And this will probably be like the consequence of the problem, right? Essentially that's what we're doing. And you ask a couple other questions as well just to like qualify them, like what's your crew size, how many miles around your business you typically serve, etc., etc., right? I mean, like you can come up with these questions, pretty straightforward, right? If you know your niche, it should be pretty simple, right? Once we've done that, let's say their ideal project is X type of projects. Let's say they want to do kitchen remodeling, the high secure ones, and then they're currently just doing some replacements here and there, XYZ, right? And right now for leads they're just relying on referrals, having some Angie, and they've tried before they've tried an agency, they've burned them, and XYZ. Now in the pitch, when I come to the pitch, it's very dynamic, and it also depends on what they have said on this call so far, right? As I said, example, if they're doing nothing to get the leads at the moment and they've tried something like an agency before that has caused them to chase leads, now chasing leads is a pain point because like no one likes to chase leads, right? If they're like, oh, we worked with an agency before and they just gave us leads and we just had to call the leads ourselves and we had to chase leads and all that kind of stuff, and then you can just in your pitch you can use that, right? Now you will have leverage in that script, in that pain point, because now you can use that pain point to address that pain point with your pitch, right? So now I know that they don't want to be chasing leads. They want leads consistently. They want someone to book them estimates every single day on autopilot, and they don't want to be chasing leads. And for now, they just don't have any process. They're just relying on referrals. You can also get into that pain as well. You can just be like, oh, so you're just relying on referrals. If you don't mind me asking, is that like pretty consistent for you guys? And then they'll be like, oh no, it's not consistent. You know how referrals are. We get like a couple of referrals every month or so, and it's not very consistent. And then you can be like, okay, cool, man. So like, with that being said, when referrals are not that consistent, so like how do you plan on like growing the business just with referrals, man? And then they'll be like, oh, I don't think we can grow just with referrals. That's why I'm looking for another source to get us leads consistently. And now you have another thing that you can use in your pitch is they need leads consistently, so that way they can grow to their goals. And then you can just be like, okay, cool, man. So what we do essentially, we come in and we get you guys exclusive leads for your company, and all you have to do, like, we will get the lead, and a person from our sales team will qualify the lead every single day and make sure that it is the right type of home remodeling thing that you need, and we will qualify them on budget, we will qualify them and make sure that they are in your area, and all the leads that we send you are going to be exclusive. So all you have to do, man, literally all you have to do is show up to the estimate and close the jobs. Let me ask you this, man, would that help you in any way? And this question is like really key. When you ask them, would that help you in any way? Okay? I want you to listen closely. When you ask them, would that help you in any way? That's really key, because now they're going to tell you how your service will help them just based off of your pitch, right? Then they're going to be like, oh yeah, of course it's going to help me. And most of the time they're going to start explaining how it's going to help. But if they don't start explaining how it's going to help, you just ask, okay, makes sense. In what way would it help you though? And then they would start to be like, yeah, it would help me, because like if you can give us estimates, all I have to do is show up and close. This would help me X, Y, and Z. Now they start selling themselves on booking an appointment with you, right? See how powerful that is? Yeah. I will make another like video on outbound calls, because I love making outbound calls, and like I love them. But yeah, I won't go into much detail in outbound calls in this video, because this is for cold email specific. So this should help you a lot. So now when they're like, now when you ask in what way would it help you though, they will start explaining you. They'll tell you how your service would help them, which is like, now you've made them explain how your service would help them. So now they're pitching you, right, on your service, which is really amazing. Now, once they've started explaining how your service would help them, then you get into the main thing. You go to the CTA, you end this call, you be like, okay, cool, man. There are like a couple ways you can do this. You can just be like, okay, cool, so can we discuss this tomorrow, XYZ, start, book the appointment from there. Or you can just be like, okay, man, you can like give them a reason as to why you cannot continue this conversation here on this call, and then book it. That's another way to do it. So that's how I like to do it. I just say, okay, man, I gotta run to this appointment that I got in like 5 minutes. Would it be okay with you if we continue that conversation maybe tomorrow or the day after? Really key. Try to book them in as close to the appointment setting call as possible. They're more likely to show up that way. Okay? Just do that and then just book them in. Pretty straightforward. I will give you the script, so don't have to worry about that too. You're covered. And then once you've done that, bro, you're in for a surprise, because guess what? You've booked the appointment and you are good to go. Okay? If you want these scripts and copies, there's a link in the description. You can just get them for free. It's not a funnel. It's not nothing. It's just like a link in the description. You go there, you get these text copies. So here's the copy. Go run it for yourself, and let me know how it goes in the comments. If you have any questions, leave this in the comments. I'm also putting my Instagram in the comments. So yeah, that's that. Anyways, so that's the video. If you liked it, I want you to like it and subscribe. Bye.